What's going on, everybody? This is Raw Star, and of course, I'm joined with my wonderful co-host Sarah Lacey. And you're listening to the Misfit Effect. How you doing, Miss Sarah?
Hey, I am doing pretty great. Had kind of an adventure this weekend, but we'll talk about that later. First, I really want to introduce you to the wonderful, amazing Haley Spades.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful. Can you kind of describe yourself to people a little bit and kind of
Yeah.
explain who you are?
Yeah. I'm a adult performer, porn star. I'm a content creator, I'm a streamer, gamer, raver, check all the boxes, you know?
I love that. What kind of games do you play?
Mainly competitive shooters, but I do really like the RPG near Automata right now.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what that is. I
It's
feel
it's a really good game. They have a really good anime they just made.
because
So
because I
Yeah,
know I
I
know when
watched
I
the hentai of it. That's how I know. That's how I know it.
there's a hentai of
There's a hentai of
Oh
everything.
yeah, there's hentai of everything at this point. But yeah, there's a few. I think you can look up near automata like assembly or something like that. And it's basically the girl getting like all the dildos on her and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Wow.
I like it.
I I see the only thing I've seen you work on because you stream on Twitch, and I know I've sat back and watched you play Valorant in
Yes.
COD.
Yes.
And I know I can't play those games. I look at you for inspiration because I can't do it. I suck at those games.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm
not good.
not good
I'm
at
not
that.
really good at Call of Duty either, but Valorant getting better.
I mean,
And
no,
then
I just suck. Like I can't do
Yeah.
any type of building game to kill other people.
yeah,
Like because you also do
Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah. Eh,
Okay.
No, I
No?
No.
I can't.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
no. I
no.
I can't do any
No.
of those types of like shooting games. So I don't know what it is with me, but it's like using both thumbs or both joysticks at the same time is what messes me up, you know?
Yeah.
Like I that's where I start getting messed up. Like I like to practice it on GTA in like ghost mode, you know?
Yeah.
But like for example, flying a plane, I'll have my dude literally put the plane up in the air, get it started, and he's like, "All right, just let it go straight," you know? And I'm like, "Oof."
I play on mouse and
That and
keyboard
like,
mainly. So, I play controller when I am playing like an RPG because like there's just too many buttons to press and this is just easier. But I'm mainly a mouse and keyboard person now.
Is it a
oh, nice.
PS5 or a Xbox controller?
This is a PS5.
I use Xbox.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I
use
use
X I
Xbox.
use Xbox at my failures. So what is your favorite game to play that you play online now? Like mainly, is it just the one you're playing now or
I would say probably Valorant, same old right now. I do like Fortnite a lot, but it gets really old really fast. I mean, Valorant, I am constantly trying to rank up. So yeah, it's like a grinding game and it's getting funner.
That's
do
pretty
you
awesome.
Yeah.
do you play the opposite of Valorant? Because because Valorant's Riot, right?
Yes.
Do you play any league?
No.
Why not?
I
I'm a
just I
I'm,
never I've
I'm
never
a
got into that game.
I am a league addict, and I've wasted so much money on League of Legends that it's sad
Wow.
that I think
Yeah.
yeah I purchased all the skins.
That's what I've heard is like people who play League, they got into it like years and years ago and they're still playing it. And I feel like it's not the game for me if I haven't figured it out by now.
I think I started about season 7 of the game, and I think
Hmm.
it's on season 12 now. But I purchased all like 1,615 of the skins.
Oh my God. I
And
Crap.
have a lot of skins in Fortnite, and then I have a lot of gun skins in Valorant, which is that's so much money. We're not even gonna talk about that because when like you carry like certain skins in the game of Valorant, like people are like, "How much money did you spend on that?" It's like I don't want to talk about it. It's very expensive.
Right?
so
For real.
there used to be a button that said like how much money have I wasted on a league, and last time I did look, it was like about 4,320.
Oh, see, I just need that to just never be in front of me ever. I don't need to know how much money I've spent.
Damn. And here I complain about Sims because the thing is like they don't have skins, they have like game packs and expansion packs. And at
Yeah.
this point, if you buy all of them, it's close to like 2,000, and I've gotten maybe halfway-ish.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, quite a bit on Sims 4. That's all I really played
Isn't it free to play now?
with the controller. It
Yeah.
is free to play now. That's kind of what got some of us like low key upset. Cause it's like,
I would be upset.
right? I spent like fucking $50 for that. And then, mind you, this past weekend, there's this, it's called the Backyard Stuff Pack. That one just became free also. And I'm like,
Backyard
who made me
stuff. What a
spend money
name.
on that? Yeah, it's just like outdoor little things, like a little water slide and stuff like that. But I was like, you made me spend money on that just for you to go and give it free to somebody else. Oh,
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was the
that's
most
right.
random
Yeah.
thing that popped up, like the button.
I
Also,
know.
also like backdoor stuff. Like no, there was no creative, like and the creative mind behind that name. That was just backdoor stuff.
Yeah, backyard stuff. Like, come on.
Backyard? Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, I said out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
backyard.
I was trying to say outdoor and then
Oh
backyard.
my
I
God.
said
Yeah, I
backwards.
thought I was thinking in the dirty form, like someone was just thinking about the back door.
No,
I was
See,
like,
I
what
was
the
trying to say
hell?
backyard and outdoor at the same time.
see, that's how they get you though, because they say, yeah, this game is free to play,
Then you,
but
Mm-hmm.
but
like,
then you usually have to pay for everything else.
yeah, but it's like
Exactly.
for you, like you're talking about the skins, and me too. It's kind of like you play to look pretty.
Yes.
Pretty
And
much,
yeah, that's
yeah.
it. Because I
That's
suck.
all you're paying
I
for.
suck at League, but I just want to look cute while I suck it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta look cute, even though like good or bad. Like like I
Yeah.
don't play Fortnite, but I know like there's like this
At
whole
least I
two.
look good.
Yeah, it's like a
Exactly.
two skins. There's like they just reintroduced the turtle skin or something like that, or the what's this
Turtle.
the
Turtle skin.
teenage like the Michelangelo
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja
Ninja Turtle.
Turtles.
I was
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah.
I heard just turtles. So I was like, what?
And what's his name?
Yeah.
Buff Family Guy.
Oh
Peter.
What's
yeah. I feel like Ace just told me about that one.
what's his name? But Griffin
Peter,
Family
Peter.
Peter Griffin.
Buff Peter.
So you pay just to you like to play as him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Ace was low key saying like, yeah, they couldn't afford the fat Peter, so they got the buff Peter.
I
It
was
is a
just
really ugly skin, in my opinion. I don't like it.
I was disappointed
Yeah.
because like though I appreciate I'm sorry I have a coke. Although I appreciate, Buff Peter, you want the original. You want to see,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. I beat up on chickens running around in his natural form,
Yes.
beating up on everybody.
Yes.
Exactly. In his full dad bod glory.
Yeah.
Correct.
People like
Yes. You want
people like
you want you want his belly to bounce, right, when you run.
exact
Exactly. That'll be
exactly and
fun.
like I don't like and is there like there's like people dancing. So you just want Peter to do the Peter dance, whatever. Or if when he wins, he gets down on his back and just hold his leg, his owl motion. Like
Yeah. It's just like I would have liked to see like Fat Peter, just the
Yeah, have some
OG version.
more energy put into his skin for real.
what is your
Mhm.
favorite what is your favorite one in that game then? Your favorite skin?
Me?
Yeah, you. It's
Oh,
all about you.
I have too many favorites. Oh my God. Right now, I don't know any of the names of the skins, so like that's an issue. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about.
You can just
Um,
describe it.
Describe it. Like, no, you know what? Like someone out there.
the one I use a lot is it's like this girl. She has sunglasses on and like a hat, a top hat, I think. Is it a
Mhm.
top hat? I can't even remember what kind of hat it is. And then she has like a guitar backpack and like this really like a plaid skirt. She has red hair. She's really cute. It's like one of like the
Ooh,
first skins like that came out in the game like in the early days, and it's like it looks like this like indie girl. It's like too cool.
that sounds so
I just like it because like
cool.
she doesn't have like a derpy face. A lot of the female skins in Fortnite have like really weird faces, and I think because she has sunglasses on, you can't see her derpy face, and I like it.
That makes sense.
I think a lot of the games, sometimes, like depending on the game, don't always get the female form correct with what they're trying to go with. And then it looks like a weird combination of bad and worse. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. That and
not
they
not
always, or a lot of them tend to like over accentuate the curves, and you're like, bro, I just want to play as a girl, okay?
Yeah, I just
Like,
want to be a cute girl. Why do you gotta make it weird?
mm-hmm.
I mean because they're trying to appeal to those 12 or 13-year-olds out
Yeah, but they
there.
shouldn't be watching Family Guy.
That's so true.
Well,
I mean,
Family
I
I
Guy.
say
swear.
that lightly, right? I say they shouldn't be, but like we all know they are. But like,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The thing is, even if you have like parental controls and shit, a lot of like kids know how to get around that too.
yeah.
So, like,
I just realized how old I was with what you just said because y'all grew up watching Family Guy, and I was already in college when Family Guy was a thing. So Jesus,
damn.
yeah,
Because how old is Family Guy now?
I
I'm not
think
even
That's a
sure.
great question.
I think Family Guy came
I'm gonna look
back
it
in
up.
like
Yeah.
2002 because I remember like it had just came back, and, like because they took it off air because it was too much.
Yeah, so yeah, they 1999 was when it first aired.
Yeah, they took it off the air for like 3 years. Yeah, so it came back in '01.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I went to college in 2001.
So a lot of us literally grew up with it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I'm not gonna say
Now
y'all
I'm like reading about Family Guy. I'm like,
like I'm not
I don't
I'm
even
not
really like that show to be honest, but you know, respect.
see I enjoyed it a lot back in the early days of it, and now it's just a whole bunch of repetitivisms.
Yeah.
The same thing with South Park, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The one I really like, I haven't really watched it as much, but The Simpsons.
I never was really into those kind of shows.
See, I
Like
grew
the
up
I
like
get
adult
that.
cartoon one. Like I don't know, I was just never
Yeah,
really into it.
see I
The
grew
only
I
one
get
that
it.
I
It's not
kind of
for
was into
everyone.
was Archer. That was the
Okay,
only one. That
yeah.
was the only one I could like ever like really sit down and watch.
see that means y'all didn't know about like Eon Flux and
No.
stuff like that. Because
Oh, I
I
like that
think I
one.
think both of you might really like Aeon Flux. And just because she's a strong, like independent woman,
He's a
and
strong?
she she
He,
she
Oh, I thought you
she
said she. I was like, he or
he
she?
she S H E.
he's a
She's a
little congested right
she
now because of his
she
cold.
she is a strong, independent woman, and she fights
hmm
and like she kicks everybody's behind. And like the opening of it is just really nice.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it growing up because this is like mid 90s, early
Yeah.
90s.
I've always been more of an anime person when it came to animated cartoons,
Oh, we're
so
gonna get into that because I'm looking at your Pokemon collection behind you.
I know, look at Squirtle
That's
back
not all
there.
Pokemon. I only got
Because
Pikachu and Squirtle.
I see Pikachu, I see
Okay.
Squirtle. I thought that was Jigglypuff.
No,
Keep
that's just a
thinking.
cat.
Oh yeah, that kind of does look like
And
Jigglypuff.
it's just a cat.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I've been sadly mistaken. I didn't grow up watching Pokemon. It was like I love anime. Like I have anime watch sessions at my crib.
hmm
Like we sit back and just literally just watch anime. Like we did it
Hmm.
last night too. So like I love anime. And
Yeah.
I never really got into Pokemon. Like I love the theme song.
Yeah. I liked Pokemon like when I was younger, and then I think that's what got me into like anime, like actual like cool anime, not just Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's cool and
Bro,
all, but like
What
Pokemon was like my gateway anime.
what
I get
anime
that.
do you watch now? Like what type?
Um, I okay, so I have I don't really know what my favorite is. I like rom-com. It's my guilty pleasure, but like I like a lot of like the sci-fi kind of stuff too, but I don't like a lot of action, right? Okay, so it's like I'm kind of all over the place with it. I like Chainsaw Man. Got Pushita over there.
Okay.
Oh,
I like Spy Family. Death Note is my favorite like anime probably of all time. Chobits is like a rom-com. You know, like there's so many that I like, so I can't really say what my favorite is, but I think I lean either rom-com or sci-fi.
See, I get
okay.
judged because I really enjoy watching Slice of Life, and I really enjoy watching harems.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
those, like, I mean, I can throw in like this anime and this anime here and there, but like those a lot of isekais. Like I love isekais. So
Oh, kitty in the background.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just threw me off for a second. I'm like, what are you talking about? But like, so yeah, I love like those type of animes because I know I just forced her to watch this anime about this guy like that was doomed to get 100 girlfriends, and if he doesn't date them, they'll die.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
it's like,
Yeah.
and they make fun of that, like them themselves in the anime make fun of the whole anime
yeah. Oh
because
yeah,
like
I've heard of those kind of animes where they make fun of anime in the anime.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
so I like
Um,
stuff like that, and you
Yeah.
know, of course, I got into anime via because of Dragon Ball Z.
hmm See, I can
So
never get into Dragon Ball Z or like Bleach or Naruto. There's just too many episodes. Too many. I can't
that
commit and then I get bored. I get bored so fast.
that's why
mhm.
I can't get into like Naruto, Boruto, and all those other ones because of the episodes. Because I started watching Dragon Ball Z in the 90s. So it was they were still coming out with new episodes at the like well, take that back. It was on TV more often,
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
watched it as a child compared to
Yeah.
trying to watch it now. Like,
Right.
I think the longest anime that I watch now is it Rona pick up a girl in the dungeon?
Oh, I
Uh,
love that
I
one.
think Death Note is probably my
Or,
longest one. I think.
um,
I've never watched Death Note.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's an old
It's
man one. It's old, but it's good.
it's on my to-do list.
Yeah. It's like I think one of the first like animes I seriously was like, oh, I really like this. So that's when I
yeah.
think like the sci-fi is like kind of a thing for me, but I don't like a lot of action either. Like
Mhm.
Chainsaw Man
Some-
is like as far as I'll go in terms of like action.
And mind you, some of them, for example, like One Piece, like they kind of like overextends like things, and you're just like, okay,
And then the
just
recap is like
they
half of the
are.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go and they'll talk about like each person's background and this and that. I'm like, I thought you already told us that, you know?
Yeah. It feels
Like
like a lot of
sure,
it's just
maybe
like
it was
empty,
seasons
wasted
ago.
episodes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. After a while I was like, all right, no, I'll get back to it eventually, but I don't think so, honestly.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of what sci-fi ones I tried to watch because I
They
know
have they have Nier Automata actually, like it was a game. I mean, it is a game, but it was a game first. And
Mm-hmm.
then they turned it into an anime last year. And that's a really good sci-fi one that I like right now.
Okay.
so I
Uh,
tried to watch Parasite, but I couldn't get into it.
oh, that one was good.
And
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one was
and
pretty cool.
you might really like Recreators because it's
Mhm.
sci-fi and it's a little action, but basically the anime is about like someone who writes like for example, like y'all we are in the real world, and let's say
Mm-hmm.
we all like drew characters and made it you know, we brought characters to life, whatever in
Mhm.
anime form, but something happened in the world that made the characters come out into the real world. And the thing is, they discover that somebody wrote their story.
Mm-hmm.
And if they didn't like the story, they want to kill the
This is
person.
like it seems like it's too much to like think about.
Well, no, like it's basically like they come out into the real world, and some are upset that they, you know, did something wrong to them in their story, and they want to kill their creator.
Mhm.
So that's what
It seems like so complicated, like so many
it
different layers, right?
was.
Yeah.
it's just explaining it is that, but
Like, there's a
But
story inside of this world, and these people. I was like, what?
oh, it's just like we get introduced to their story, but then like do you watch dub or sub?
Dub actually. So if there's no dub of it, I will not watch it just because like I can get distracted so easily and like actually sitting there and reading. I'm usually a subtitle person in general, but when it comes to anime, dub.
See,
that's kind of how I am.
I prefer dub because I'm usually always working, and I'm like I cannot put my full attention onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
Recreators is a sub. That's why I asked that because they don't want to make a dub, and it pisses me off.
I know. There's like such like a negative connotation to people who only watch dub. And I used to watch sub like when I was a kid, right? When I was younger, when I could just sit in front of a computer and just read the translation. But
Mhm.
nowadays I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have like the attention span actually to just sit there and read. I need dub. I'm a dub person all the way.
I went like decades saying that I would never I went decades. I went a long time saying that I would not watch a sub because of my attention span. And it was because I watched that anime that did not have a dub for the season 3. And I read the manga because I was so pissed off about it. And then I'm like, okay, I am going to sit back and watch the sub of this anime just so I can, at least end the story
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
this.
I get that.
And I was so pissed off about it. And like this anime I watched, season 1 is it's dubbed, season 3 is dubbed, but season 2 they
That's so
didn't
weird.
find the time to
Mm.
and I'm like,
I
oh
hate
my,
when they do that.
That's so weird.
I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all a-holes. I'm trying to enjoy this.
I feel like
This
more adults watch dub than
kids.
kids. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing a lot of like times these days when I talk about anime with adults, we're like, yeah, dub, dub, dub.
hmm
But you
And
No
watch
I
shame,
feel
no
like
shame for the dub.
I feel like a lot of us just like
We're
partially we
busy,
grew
we're
up
busy.
exactly. We grew up being multitaskers, where it's like if you can do two things at once, do it, like watching something
But
while you're
reading like
doing
a
something.
TV show while you're trying to do something else, then you're not focusing on like the actual the story, right? I'm like, then it feels like I'm
Exactly.
just wasting my time, wasting my energy trying to half-ass watching a show.
exactly because
hmm
there's so many shows that I watch while I'm editing videos that like I'm like, okay, I can listen to this video, just listen to this awesome anime and focus
hmm
on my editing of this video or picture or whatever.
Hmm.
And like for those, I just gotta pay attention. Like, okay, I only understand like 5 words in the Japanese language. Um, yeah, and that's it. Like, okay,
Also reading, oh wait, I was gonna say reading another language, but we're not reading it in Japanese, but
yeah,
reading another language that you don't understand, well, that you barely understand is pretty much impossible. It's easier to know and speak a language than to read usually. But
Yeah,
we get
true.
English subtitles, so I was about to just say something that made no sense. I was gonna be like, how can you read if you can't speak it?
oh,
You're like,
I
how
was about
can
to say
you
something
read?
stupid. Yeah, I realized I was like, that was stupid.
like I know one of my friends like they use they listen to it in sub, but they have the Japanese subtitles so they can understand so they can learn how to read the language.
Nice. That sounds
Sounds
That's
cool.
difficult.
that's that's too much for me.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds difficult to do while you're trying to enjoy a show.
hmm
That's what
But
they
yeah,
do.
I've heard a lot of people do learn Japanese through anime, but to like be able to read it, I'm like, whew,
I barely can understand English
yeah.
sometimes. So, but you also do cosplay though too. It's
Yeah, I just did a bunch of cosplays like 2 days ago, actually.
like do tell.
Yeah, well, I
Hold on,
haven't.
let me rephrase this. Say what you can say without spoiling anything for your fans that are coming up.
Well, I've already posted things that I've already done. Well, like, and the ones that I did the other day, I've already posted a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't really have anything that I'm keeping a secret. Maybe I won't say what I plan on doing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But
no, like no,
I've
no,
done,
no, no. We
yeah.
got, we got, we got, we got to keep your faithful subjects, your faithful fans in suspense because
Yeah.
hmm
Well, I started
Like
out
the
doing cosplay
suspense
before I
build.
got into the industry, like the mainstream industry.
Uh-huh.
I was doing like I did 02 from Darling in the Franxx. Oh, that's a good anime. I like that one. It gets stupid at the end though. So 02 from Darling in the Franxx. What else is there that I did? I did Shiro from No Game No Life. I did. These are like before I got into porn. Those are like the two big ones that I did. Oh my God, what's her name from Super Smash Bros. Well, I mean the other game before Super Smash Bros. The blonde and the blue suit. What's her name?
Daisy?
No.
No, she's an orange.
No, she's not orange. She
No,
comes
I'm
from
saying
another
Daisy
game.
is orange.
Um,
It'll come to me. I'm gonna look it up. But um, and then recently, like I've been doing more. Like I did Misa Mane. I did Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I also did
Ooh.
Rebecca. I also did Rebecca. Um, what else have I done? And then recently, like a few days ago, I did um Alice, the Nikki from Goddess of Victory, and not Near, 2B from Near Automata.
Mhm.
And what do I have? Oh, I've also done Power from Fates Unmet.
Rosalina.
I haven't done Rosalie. No, it's not
Is
her
that?
name.
Oh, okay. Then I have no idea. Then
Super
I
Smash Bros. Hold on. I'm
I
like,
put I
it's like an
put
old character.
I put that in Rosalind or Luciana.
Hmm.
I put blue character, but
I forget her name because she's from like an older game.
Hmm.
and you said she wears blue.
Yeah, it's like a blue skin tight suit. Wait, Zero Suit Samus.
Oh, same.
Zero Zero Suit Samus.
Uh, okay.
See, I'm
Yeah,
more.
I did that one like
I'm
years
so
No
I'm
ago.
so
idea.
used to her wearing orange.
Well, I've done
Cause
her.
yeah.
Who else have I done? I think that's it that I can think of right
And a
now.
side note, I love No Game No Life. I
Yeah, it's a good
really,
anime.
I really, really enjoy. I think
Very cute one.
I forced her to watch it
It's
because there's another game that
a cute one,
reminds.
yeah.
There's another game that came out recently that reminds me of it a lot. It's called Liar Liar,
Uh-huh.
and it's similar to it. But yeah,
Nice.
I need to look at all your cosplays. I've only seen some of the
Yeah,
more recent ones.
because a lot of the old ones, I just don't really post them as much anymore because I feel like I could redo it. I could do it better. And they're mainly on like my OnlyFans and stuff, not so much on the internet. Also, I look like a completely different person. And I feel like when I start to like not look like a certain time in my life, I start being like, okay, we're gonna push that away. We don't need to look at
Yeah.
that.
I
Right.
understand.
That's just me. I'm
Well,
like,
save it
I
for
start to be like, oh my
Thursday and make
God.
it a throwback.
Yeah,
But
I do that. I
Okay.
do that. I do post throwbacks on my story, but I'm not really like, I don't know. Because I'm like, I had like really bad Botox to my eyebrows. Like, were not
Oh.
cute. They were like they were just a little crazy. And then
Mhm.
I was platinum blonde, right? I was platinum
Yeah.
blonde. So I kind of looked super washed out when you saw me
Oh,
like without like a
okay.
wig on or something. So I just nowadays looking back, I'm like, we don't need to look at that.
I mean, like I
Feel
think
that.
the majority of people who like when they first started doing cosplays or they look back and say, "Dang, I could have did that one better." I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I'm
over here
thinking.
dying.
Like I definitely want to do another 02 for sure.
You know, one of the things I'm actually in the mood to do is like an entire cosplay of like Disney princesses.
Oh, that's cute. Oh,
I think that just because
I did Street Fighter too. I did
You did
Cammy from Street
Cammy?
Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
In like
okay.
a content I shot actually.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like
I can definitely see you like you as Cammy.
Yeah.
me
I also
too.
cosplayed Cammy oh my God, it's all coming back to me. Cammy in a VR scene, and then I also cosplayed Bowsette in another VR scene.
Ooh, I love VR stuff. You know, like you get so into it, or at
Yeah, and
least I do.
I mean, you are award-winning VR person.
yes, I am. I won
Yeah.
best VR for 2022. Couldn't remember
No,
what year we were in. Couldn't
Twenty
remember what
twenty three.
year.
You won it.
No, I didn't
Well,
win,
you won it in 23.
but I won 2022. Like it says 20, I think. Or
I
You
think
won
it's
it.
a 2023.
You won it.
let me go grab my.
You won it. You won it
Let
in
me-
January 23, but it was for work you did in 22.
Yes, but I don't know what it says on the actual trophy. Let me see. Let me go
I
get.
have no
Yeah, I'm
idea.
curious.
She's going to go grab her AVN. But yeah, like No Game No Life is the anime I made you watch when they went to that other world
Mm.
playing video
Yeah,
games.
that one was fun.
Okay, so it says 2023.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I was like, what does it even say on it?
Nice. So you
Yeah.
just got it last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes. That was a
So
crazy scene. That was 15 girls.
it
It was
was
actually a really crazy day. It was just like when
15
you
and
think
one.
about 15 girls in one VR scene, right?
Yeah, that's
Like how
difficult to
many
do, I feel.
was it? Because I've never, let me phrase this correctly. I've had those things on once, and it was just two girls in it, and it
Mhm,
was like one male person. Was it just
mhm.
one male person like that they were stimulating, or is it just I don't know how to explain this. I'm trying to say.
So
It's
basically, was
usually
it?
only one person behind the VR, like the VR
Okay,
body. Like the person
Mhm.
who's the stand-in for the viewer.
Yeah, it's usually that
It's
one
only
guy
usually one
plus four
person.
girls.
I
You're not wear like you can't wear, I don't know. It's usually just one person wearing the
well,
goggles. It's only one person.
I said it in the sense of like like you're in a room with somebody else and it's 15 um females with you, but I would even if it's VR, I would feel kind of intimidated because it's
No, it
like
was scary actually. I watched it. I I would be scared to death if I had 15 girls like all like moaning in front of you, like kind of like zombies, like like 15 of them just filled up in front of you.
Yeah,
Like that's like I would be like, am I about to die right now? Are they about to sacrifice
right.
me? I'm like, because like whenever I
Sacrifice
watch
for
VR
the
scenes,
orgasm.
yeah, whenever I watch VR scenes, I'm like, because I watch them because I'm like, I need to see what it looks like. And it to me, I think it's very disorienting. It's very kind of like scary because I'm like, we're like in their faces. Like when you, I'm like, get back up, like get off of me.
Mhm. I know, because I've done some and they have you be like this close to the
I'm like, I
screen and
don't
be
know if they
like
want
this.
that. I'm like, I don't know if they want that because I don't.
Yeah,
But there's
right.
some people who really, really do love it.
The producers like always ask for it, and you're just like super close, like, oh yeah, daddy do. And I'm like,
Yeah, and then you're like, and
is
like,
it my
yeah.
nose? Like, come on.
it just
Yeah,
I think
I'm like, they could probably see my Invisalign.
Right? Exactly. I'm
the only
like,
thing that
they
threw me
looking at the
off
cavities in the back of my mouth.
because I was at X3 because I've only been like looked at via one and like the person like they just put on a random scene. So I'm at X3 and they put on a random scene and one of the girls they had in the scene was a really good friend at the time. So it would feel kind of weird trying to like not look at that person, but look at the other person because I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to look at this individual because they were because at the time they were messing with my friend. So it was
Hmm.
kind of like dating outside the industry, but like it's like, okay, let me ignore this person and try to watch this person while this person
Mhm.
is on the knee of this one. It's like,
Yeah. It could be intimidating, like kind of scary. I think like overstimulating for me too, because like it's like the sound and like it's I don't know. I know for me
Exactly.
as a porn fan, it's not VR for me, and that's unfortunate because it's actually really cool. Like I could really admire it. But I think
Mhm.
as a viewer, it's like, oh my God, I can't do that.
I understand that they want you to be, inside of it, but and that's why I'm glad they don't show like the member and stuff like that because that would definitely take some people out of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
because yeah, a lot of the time when you shoot VR, they're like, we don't care if we don't see penetration, we just want to see your face. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? So
yeah
they actually
because
Right.
prefer the face over the penetration.
yeah because like mainly what they're trying to do is kind of like because the thing is you don't want to look down and see another man's penis while you're trying to pretend it's you having sex with the girl on top of you or whoever is like straddling the person. And it's kind of like, okay, some people are gonna be jerking whatever
Yeah. Well, I feel
while they're
like
watching and they can come while like the person's still going like, yeah, you
yeah.
like this, daddy? And it's like, no, I already came and you're still going. Now I just need to.
I mean they do like the penetration sometimes. Like I think it's more so like if they're really trying to focus on like a very intimate type of thing,
Mhm.
and then like they want you like in their face, and I'm like, oh my God, oh, like the new standing mish that they got going on right now. I'm like, who is doing that? Who is doing that? No judgment,
For
but who is
real.
doing that? Let me know. Call me if you're doing standing mish at home because what?
I know.
Back.
Like it's just like I'm like we're standing and your dick is somehow supposed to be inside of me, but we're standing.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this.
How do
There's
you do?
stuff.
Especially when you're
Okay.
vertically challenged, right? Like
Okay. I'm gonna say this, and back in my not non-injury days,
yes,
my favorite position was it's called the crane.
the crane.
The crane, and basically it's just like the person's leg is like right here, and you're having sex with them just
Oh
like
no,
this.
no, we can't do that in VR because then
Yeah.
that makes one leg like look like
Well, I'm no,
distorted.
I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
and like so that's basically standing missionary, whatever. And I used to be my favorite.
Yeah.
That used to be my signature move, and then I got old and see now I'm crippled, and now I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I was
Yeah.
I was one of the ones who used to enjoy standing mish.
Well,
Yeah,
the
where
standing
you're
push that
saying
we're
that.
doing is like all four legs are on the ground.
I was like, oh, so you're just like, oh no,
Yeah. Yeah,
And then the dick is
exactly.
somehow inside of you.
unless you have it
But
like unless your
like
dick
yeah,
comes
they
to a
can't
hook.
pick and they can't pick me up in those scenes because like that takes away from the fantasy, right? And then like
Hmm.
Yeah,
also like I don't know, the guy like they're not supposed to hear the guy breathing at all. So like picking like they would have to be like grunting and breathing probably. So they don't allow us to be picked up or have a leg up usually. We're usually just all 4 feet planted on the ground and somehow that's supposed to be the best position these days.
I mean, because
I'm like
not everybody's dick comes to a like comes up to a curve like
also vertically
because
challenged,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
I'm
also,
so
like,
sure. I'm so
yeah,
sure.
you're 4'9".
8.
Oh,
For 8. Yeah, I'm so short. I actually had to
ooh,
when I was shooting in Europe, on one of the companies I was shooting for, they really, really wanted this. It wasn't VR. It was just a normal scene. They really, really, really wanted me to do a standing doggy with one leg up because it was like a yoga scene. And
yeah.
normally I could do that, but my male talent was probably like 6 something and it just did not work. Like we tried and I was like I don't usually like say hey I can't do this, but that was the time when I was like I cannot do this. We need to do something. They wouldn't even give me like anything to stand on. Like they're like no, we just
Yeah,
want yeah, and I was like well this is not going to work. You're going to rip me in half and then I'm going to have to like leave porn.
exactly. Like the
Cuz
thing
his
is,
dick was like to my head almost. And they wanted us standing.
yeah,
I was like this is not going to work. I mean like he was trying to like lower himself but it and then I'm standing on one foot by the way because I had one of my feet up.
yeah.
It was
I
just
like I
very,
like doing
very
that
difficult.
in I like doing that in yoga, but not in like real life sex,
And
you
like,
know?
yeah, like having a big dick from a 6 something foot tall man in me.
Because that's one of
That's
the things
insane.
about porn. It doesn't matter how tall you are, they always try to find a guy who's a lot taller than you.
Yeah. And a lot of people,
You
I think it's really hard to see the struggle like in porn, right? Like people don't
know?
realize it. They don't realize like height can actually play a big difference in things. And
and
I feel like a lot of people don't realize it.
and you're tiny too, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like they just want you to get like someone just to go through you all the way. Jesus
Yeah, they
Christ.
want me. Yeah, sometimes they want me doing the most craziest things. One time I got asked if I could do a riding split, and I was like, no.
Oh, I can do that. It's
I
just
can't do
really
it.
hard. It's
I'm
really hard.
yeah, I'm like I can't do I don't have like the body strength to do that. And then also so they can see penetration. Like I'm so little, like it just wouldn't work. It just
Yeah.
That just sounds
I will say
painful.
partially it's about how you move your hips, but yeah, you have to have kind of like not necessarily upper body strength, but you're using a lot of core for that. And obviously your flex, your legs are have to be flexed like
yeah, and like you're
it,
trying to look hot on camera. You're not trying to have like a
yeah.
big belly, but you're like, oh.
Mhm.
And you're trying not to like show yourself straining, like, okay,
Yeah, because then it's
I'm
not cute. And
I'm going down, and then
you're like, and then you're like,
I gotta pretend I'm enjoying this in some
while
capacity.
I'm working every muscle in my body, yes.
Exactly. That's one of the things where I'm just like, oh, you guys don't even realize how hard this is. Like
Yeah.
Think about it. You see maybe what it ends up being a 20-25 minute video. We're not there for 25 minutes. We're there for hours.
Yeah.
It's being like we're athletes essentially, and it's just like I'm trying to ride and not grunt while I'm still moaning. You
Yeah.
know, like it's okay for the guy to grunt, but the girl can't be like, ugh. Like we have to be like riding hard as we can. Be like, oh my god, daddy,
So good.
when you're running out of breath and everything,
Yeah.
or they hit too deep in a certain spot. You're like,
Oh man, that happens to me sometimes where I'm like, ah.
yeah. I know people like watching that, but I'm just like, you don't realize that hurts, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's not realistic. And it's like, and
mm-hmm.
it's like I love porn. I love like the creativeness of it actually, and I just like porn, like it's cool as fuck, right? But it does sometimes feed into like a weird like expectation for some people. Like there is somebody that I'm seeing right now, and he was like, I probably don't compare to all the really good sex you have on camera. And I was like, first off, it's on camera. That's like completely different. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
because he got like a little like insecure about like sex. Like he was like, I hope like you're not gonna like think I'm like a disappointing partner. And that wasn't the case at all.
Right?
But
It's
he
like,
thinks like people think though like that's such good sex. And
See,
for the most part, it is. For the most part, it is. But it's very difficult good sex.
I would say this.
mm-hmm.
When I first started doing anything in the industry, whatever, and like I was looking at people who I came in contact with, and I know who were active then and whatever. I'm like, I'm okay with what I have, whatever. But it's kind of like I probably can't make you make those sounds. And that's what that's
You
what like
probably don't want to, those, but those sounds aren't real. You got to remember that. Those are not real
yeah,
sounds.
but you gotta remember like when I started doing stuff around this industry in 2008.
Yeah.
So like I'm coming straight off of like being an avid viewer, being then coming into this world like, oh my God, this is this person who I used to watch a lot. Now I know about your family life and I probably can't
Hmm.
watch you now. And it's kind of like, I can be if we do girl only, I can mess with you because I don't gotta see something that I can't compare to. And it took me
Mm-hmm.
time to say, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
It's not for
but
everybody.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I can admit that. But the thing is, it's like people don't understand. This is theater compared
Mm-hmm.
to what's actually going on. Because some people in the industry don't even want that in their home life because like it's it's what they call work dick compared to boyfriend dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because in regular life, I love missionary,
Yeah.
but like with my legs all the way up in the air type of mish. But like as far as like in porn life goes, I love doggy. Like it's two different things because the thing is like missionary is so like intimate in regular life, and the thing is in porn, like missionary, a lot of times you're just looking at the camera if it's like POV. So it's like super close to you, and you're just like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, or
daddy.
the guys trying to bottom you out because like that's how they can get
Yeah,
deep into you, and you're like, please don't do that.
yeah. I end up putting my hand like, or my palm like towards their like thighs or whatever, kind of pushing them back. So I'm like, okay, you can only go that far, dude. Like,
Yeah.
really.
Because
I know you're a
the
lot smaller than me, but like I'm 5'1". And I'm like, dude, I don't think you realize like where is that gonna go?
Yeah, I have I don't have a problem actually with like super big dicks. Like it's big dicks like in my pussy actually that I'm like that's where I kind of struggle. I would say struggle lightly because I haven't actually struggled. I've taken dread. Like I've did not when I say struggle, I say like it takes I feel like more warming up, whereas like anal, I'm finding
Yeah.
I can take bigger dicks. And
Same.
that's
Yes.
something that's like super fascinating to me. So now I'm like I'm realizing what positions, like especially for camera, like feel better, like pussy and ass, right? And it's
Mhm.
very interesting because like I also know it like it differs between every person. We're all built different, so it's like it's so fascinating to me because I'm like, I didn't know these things until I started shooting with like bigger dicks, and I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, this is easier. I actually prefer it.
Mhm.
Well, because I think also like the pussy actually has an end, you know, and the anal like you can really go you can go up
Mhm.
there, you
You got
know,
miles of intestines going on, girl. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
and
going.
so you could
yeah,
someone can take a dread up all the way up their butt, and they can't take a dread all the way up their vagina because
yeah,
no
because
one's
it's
no
physically impossible.
no one's trying to go to the
Yeah.
hospital,
Mhm.
and no one's trying to be in a wheelchair, so.
Exactly. That's how I am, at least, because for example, I have the copper IUD, so it's non-hormonal. So mind you, if you hit it hard enough, you will feel it, like
Yeah.
if you go in there, you will feel that shit. Some guys have gotten low-key like stabbed. I'm like, I warned you.
Yeah, fuck around and
I
find
warned you,
out.
don't go straight in, go in and kind of like
Fuck
do a
around
little
and find
curve
out.
up. Like either curve up or kind of curve to the left type of thing. Because for me, it's like it settles in like one side. For me, it settles like towards this side, so they have to angle it this way.
That's
Like
so
they have an
interesting.
yeah. But for example, in my pussy, I can probably take, I'd say about like 7-8 inches comfortably. But then in my ass, I've taken like, what was it? The biggest was like 12-13 inches.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much easier.
Yeah, exactly. I was able to take it like easily, nicely. It was fun versus like if I'm trying to go ham with the pussy, I
Oh
feel
my
like,
God, yeah, you get
oh.
sore so fast.
And the thing is, having an IUD, I end up having cramps afterwards. So it's one
Yeah.
of those things where I'm like, okay, guys, like it was fun now. Just wait 20-30 minutes. I'm gonna be cramping,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh man, that
Versus
sucks.
with like that's why sometimes if it's bigger, I'm like, all right, just fuck my ass. Like at that
Hmm.
point, like I'm not worried about cramping or nothing
Yeah,
like
like put
that.
it in my
Get it,
ass.
get it deep.
Yeah,
Put it in my ass.
I know nothing about taking things from the butt, so I'm just
That's
letting
what I
y'all
say a lot
talk.
in my scenes. I say put in my ass, like in my anal scenes. Like that phrase is just like my put it
Your
in my ass.
go-to?
Your
Yeah.
Yeah.
signature.
Yeah, I've noticed that lately because I'm like, put it in my, because I want it. I like, it's so
Mm-hmm.
funny. I realized that in all my anal scenes, I have the same like kind of bratty, needy, like put it in my
Yeah. And then
ass.
after you're like, give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I love doing that. It makes it so much fun. Because mind you, at that point, you're not just taking it. You're like,
No, I feel
no,
like,
give it
yeah,
to me.
I feel like I have some kind of control, which I do always, but like I feel like I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the power dynamic for me, at least like anal, like it's kind of shifts for me.
I
I
think a
start, I
lot.
start being like, this is my dick because I want it in my ass.
I think like,
Mhm.
and I say this with no disrespect, but I feel a lot of people who are shorter like
Mhm.
love that dominant role sometimes.
Yeah.
Of directing like in the sex scenes. I'm saying, put
Mhm.
it here now. It's like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think it's really attractive when the bottom, I'll say bottom for gender equality. When the bottom is like, yeah, I need you to like do this. Like it's like showing like
Mhm.
enthusiasm. And I think that's super hot. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I guess like also from like a tiny girl like me, like that's super hot. I think a lot of people are like, ooh, or like I like that.
Yeah.
Like sex demon. That was my Zoom name on my phone versus my computer.
Yeah, that's what we were like when you came in earlier. We had joked about. I said I love that her name says sex demon,
Yeah, that's what my phone
and
is. Like, you know how you can name your phone?
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's when I
Love
had joked with her. I said I had jokingly made my name on here. It says Sarah Lace's
Yeah.
personal servant, and I was joking about that. And so I love that it says sex demon.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
that's what I like to be on camera sometimes. Most of the time, actually, not sometimes.
I love that. I
See,
love doing it where you walk in and give those like innocent vibes.
And then all
And
of a sudden you're like,
yeah, I've
you're,
walked on set sometimes where the producers like look at each other and they're like, is she gonna be able to do it? She looks super shy. And then once
oh
the
yeah, it's
camera's
done.
on, it's like bam, Yeah,
That's
that's right.
happened to
it's like
me.
It's gonna be good.
who is this monster? And not like you know what I meant, but yeah.
Like, where'd you
Exactly.
come from?
Exactly. I've actually had them ask me that, like, at the end of the scene, they're like, "Whoa, where did that come from? Like, what?" And I was like,
Don't judge a book by its cover.
"I'm like, that's Sarah Lace, guys. Your girl
Yes,
next
yeah.
door."
I'm like, that's me.
Exactly. I love doing shit like that. Just essentially, like, obviously, when you do enough scenes like that, people are like expecting it, but it's like it still gives you that, like, almost
It's
like
an ego
surprise.
boost.
Yeah,
It's
that
an
ego boost of like that
Be like, oh, I'm
innocent
gonna show
looking
them.
person is a freak. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Like that's how it was actually in Europe for me. So, when I shot in Europe, a lot of companies did not really know me that well, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so they were kind of taking a chance on an American girl, which, um, I think we kind of get a rep over there for being divas. So I was already going in with them thinking that I was gonna be a diva, and then they also didn't know like how I guess comfortable and good I was on camera. And then
Mm-hmm.
also I speak really good English, and apparently that's an issue over there. They have a hard time getting people that speak fluent English to talk in their scenes. Like it's like pulling teeth, like it's very hard.
Yeah.
So when I came in and I like showed these companies like what I was about, they're like, how long are you here? When can I book you again? Like we love you, or like you're the energy we need. And then but I was completely booked up for a whole month. And I already had companies trying to like be like, you need to come back soon. And that's because they were so surprised. I was checking all their boxes, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that felt really good. I said like it's kind of like an ego boost, right? To like realize that. Like, wow, yeah, I made these people made their jaws drop to the floor.
Exactly. You're like,
Especially when they
that's
doubt
right.
you.
I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
So like when's the like you just left from there last month, right?
Yeah, I was there the entire month of February.
Okay,
Nice.
where do you go next? I know you are supposed to leave soon again.
I'm not really leaving. Well, I don't really count going to Vegas as leaving soon because
Oh,
I'm actually featuring in Vegas, but I'm going to XBiz Miami. But like I don't have any international plans actually planned and
okay.
booked right now. I am thinking probably going back to Europe though in the summer, one of the summer months, probably July.
Okay.
Um
I feel like you
yeah.
should, like, partially
Yeah.
give them a little bit of time to miss you, but not enough time to forget. You
Yeah.
know?
Also I plan on going to Tomorrowland, so I'm already going to be in that like side of the world. So I'm thinking book all my work for the first 3 weeks of July and then go to Tomorrowland and then
You
go
at the
home.
raves?
Yes. It's the biggest one in like the world.
I I
Ooh.
I heard about them because I don't go.
Tomorrowland. It's in
But
Belgium.
one of my friends
Hmm.
is really into raves, and
Mm-hmm.
like they don't miss any of them really. And like
Yeah.
my previous co-hosts, they go to a lot of. They don't go out the country, but they go to a lot in
In
Vegas,
LA.
LA,
Yeah.
and Vegas.
Oh yeah, LA, yeah, LA's the biggest, I think, in the country for raves.
And
Mm-hmm.
Music in general. I mean, aside from electronic.
but the thing
Yep.
is like you know, even in my yesteryears, I don't think I do enough narcotics to really enjoy the stuff that I hear that goes on at these raves. Not
There's a
saying
lot of sober ravers, right? And like, I mean, I had my fair share of Molly munching when I was younger, but I think a lot of people usually grow out of it. If they're, I don't know, if their head's on straight, right? All my friends I know, like, we don't really touch MDMA anymore.
well, I'm not saying you have to do it, but like
Yeah.
every time I hear someone like, yeah, I got me some X. I'm about to go up here, get
X
me
is probably meth.
yes. And then like you hear from them 3 days later, yeah, we just camped out on the ground, you
Oh
know,
my God.
or like yeah, I roomed with some random person. We went there. We just yes, just like yeah, you know, we saved a lot of money just rooming with this random person,
Oh
and we just
yeah,
had a good
see,
old time. It's like oh
there's
my
some people
god.
that kind of they take it to extremes because that's what they're comfortable doing. I think they're just comfortable doing that in general. Whereas for me, like I don't go the extreme route. I'm like I usually like know who I'm going with, like it'll be friends, and then book everything, plan everything. I'm not a camper anymore. I do not camp with no at all in general, right? I just don't do that. It's not for me. So like for some
Mm-hmm.
people it works out, for some people it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm in this League of Legends group, but they all go to raves. And so like they pick costumes to wear to it. And I remember they shared a costume that the girls and the dudes all went there wearing like maid costumes every day.
Oh my God,
It
that's
was
cute.
it was like it looked kind of funny because some of the dudes they were really like stocky dudes, and they were wearing these little tight little tight small maid outfits, and I'm like, and we were just laughing about like how
Like, come on.
what they were forced to wear, as they said, and I'm
No,
like,
they weren't forced. They
that's
wanted to. They
that's
wanted
hilarious.
to.
I mean, it looked like they had fun, but like I don't think my ears could take it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
like I have really shot hearing. It's not bad. I don't have like tinnitus, but I mean, I do wear earplugs, but you know, in the earlier days when I was a Molly muncher, I did not wear earplugs, and unfortunately, it does affect your hearing. That's why I'm a big advocate for like earplugs at any loud event actually.
Mm.
I think at AVN, I think I actually wore because I always have earplugs in my purse because I've started to
Yeah.
realize there's a lot of places like events and like award shows, like raves, like I don't even know what to even think like some places are just so loud and that affects your hearing. And
Mhm.
I am an advocate for earplugs. I keep them in my purse, and I'm pretty sure I did wear them at AVN,
Ooh.
like the award show. It was so loud.
Yeah, I like that because the thing is, like, besides it being loud, it's like you get overstimulated as well. And so,
Yeah,
like, for me, sometimes it's like if I get too overstimulated, I'm like at the point where I'm like near a panic attack where I need someone to kind of like calm me down, kind of put me in a corner, like, okay,
yeah,
step away from the action and kind of just relax a little bit.
yeah.
Especially when you first get there, even to
Oh
like
man,
the
it's like
evening
booming
convention,
loud.
you're like, whoa, there's so much going on, so many people and this and that. And I'm like, okay, I need time like to take a step back and just
Yeah.
breathe.
That's why I'm always somebody that has my earplugs in my purse. I have earplugs for my Brave bag and also for my purse because just
Mhm.
popping those in and they're like the good ones, right? That you can hear voices, but it like it
Yeah,
filters the voices, but it's not as loud. Like it just dumbs everything down and it's so good.
that's how I
So
felt
I
good.
at
like that.
X3 not this year, but last year, because
Hmm.
like since I was taking pictures and they had me like
Hmm.
right in front, but then they put me right next to the damn speaker. So I'm up here trying to record with CeeLo Green last year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that. That was so loud. I
And
remember
like
that.
I'm like, oh my
I
God.
left because it was too loud. I couldn't do I had to leave. Like I was like it was just too much for me. It was too loud. I remember that.
And
Damn.
I only go to two different award shows. I've never been to an AVN or the X Biz Awards in LA. I've been to the one in Miami, but never to the one
Hmm.
in LA. And like I can only like base my award experience on XRCO and Urban X Awards
Hmm.
because of, you know, as far as loudness goes. I mean, at least with Urban X, I'm working the show and I can arrange where I'm actually standing at. And then with the one I went to, I can just, you know, avoid the speaker.
Yeah. Yeah. At X3 this year, I was positioned I was positioned under two speakers, I remember, because oh my God. I was so mad. I was like really kind of like about to like ask somebody to like turn off the speaker because they were doing like this cosplay contest, I think, at X3, and they had all these girls
Oh,
just screaming, like screaming. And I was
yeah.
like, and it was like right under like I was like, somebody needs to cut that speaker down because it was just like unbearable to be around that. I was like, I love cosplay, but you girls need to shut up.
Right? It's like I get it. We're trying to hype
Did you get a
people up,
chance to
but
watch
like,
any? Did
okay.
you see who won
One what?
that cosplay contest?
No, because they were annoying me actually. I did not. Why would I pay attention to something where I'm like, please mute. Where's the mute button?
No, I was just wondering because
No,
I was actually like right. I had to be right in front for that
no,
one.
I was not. I was just thinking, turn it off, turn it off.
It's so
I think
funny because I showed up right at the end of it. Mind you, I had planned and tried to get there like so I could do the costume contest or cosplay contest. I was dressed up as Princess Jasmine. But mind you, like it took so long to do the hair because I actually put socks and like the hair extension
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So I did the braid, I did the makeup and everything myself. And then I had low key forgotten about LA traffic. And I was
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, at least the Uber driver was still like sort of fast, but he wasn't as fast as he could have been, you know? Like,
Yeah. There's
I
nothing
was
worse when
like,
you're like, dude, press it, step on it, I will tip you. And they're like, no. And I'm
mhm,
like, step on it. Get out the driver's seat. Let me drive.
And
exactly.
I
I'm
was
like,
already
come
there, so
on.
I couldn't give her a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to be
Plus,
there
like,
when they opened.
yeah. And I was like, no, like, I'm sorry, I don't like I need more time to do the rest of my hair and makeup, you know. When he
Yeah.
left, I was like barely getting ready and I was like, oh no, this is gonna take another couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I thought
she
it was
was
gonna
staying
take
at my
maybe
house,
three
and I'm
hours.
like,
It took like 5. It took me like 5 hours to get ready, and I was
Sheesh.
like, oh shit.
but yeah, it was ungodly loud in there,
Oh my God, it was like,
and it was so cramped this year compared to last year too.
oh, it
So
was. And you
Mhm.
know what? I hate that it's still there. And you know what? My heart was broken when I found out that they have a contract there for 5 more years. I was like, why would you do that?
They're literally not giving
It's
themselves
not
room
gonna
to
fit
expand.
anymore, and like
Yeah, like
it barely fits. Like it's not
I was on the
comfortable.
second floor in on the side where they didn't have the elevator. So it was kind of a struggle for roster to get up those stairs, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even realize like first of all, that one side of the theater on the second floor is not disability friendly.
No,
Like
it's
how
not
is
at all.
like and then on top of that, even if we don't have a disability, we have things we have to take up there, you know?
And a
Like
lot of girls are
we're
wearing heels and stuff. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
like that venue.
I
I don't
was
like the
like, we're
venue.
expected to be all super sexy, wearing basically nothing with our heels and everything. But yeah, we still have all this merch we have to bring up and everything. And I was like
Yeah.
looking around, like luckily I have my partner there, but I was like, okay, I need some help getting this up. And when I
Yeah.
get someone to
but
help
they
me walk up there with
having
these
having an
heels.
assistant, it was a game changer for me actually. That
Mhm.
like having like an assistant to literally assist me changed my life. I was like, now I can't do it like otherwise. Like one of my friends thankfully lives in Miami. One
Mhm.
of my best friend actually, she's not in the industry. Um very grateful that she lives there because I'm gonna hire her to be my assistant for the entire week of Exodus Miami. Because
Heck
I
yeah.
realize I need that help. Otherwise I get freaked the fuck out. Like I get so
Mhm.
anxious. I get like so nervous. I feel very like almost like vulnerable and exposed
yeah.
because I'm like visibly like not having a good time, but I'm trying to have a good time. And then like
Yeah,
yeah. So having
exactly.
somebody to take that load off of you, oh my God, helps so much.
Hmm.
I think it's always just harder for like because like they keep trying to add more and more sponsors
Yeah.
to
And
the
when it was actually
floor.
only supposed to be about the creators.
Yeah, and it's like, and don't get me wrong,
Exactly.
I understand they need to have, certain sponsors there, but like when it takes away from the performers that want to be there, and the way that they said it wasn't supposed to be free anymore, then they made it free for certain people,
Yeah.
this and that, and
Yeah,
you
it's kind of
know,
awkward.
they just keep making it more difficult. And I understand it's a smaller venue, but the thing is, because it's a smaller venue, it limits, and thing is like I really hope that as they do next year, that they like, fix the security or,
Yeah.
because I said this last time, like I visually saw somebody, assault like basically grab someone's butt, whatever.
Yeah.
And like he turned around and yelled at the dude and like we told
It's
security
like
because the
no,
dude
like kick him out. Kick that dude
and
out.
like and the
Don't just
thing
yell
is
at him.
she just no the girl yelled at him and
Oh.
and then the security kept said was okay, we'll keep an eye on him.
I'd be like, no, you're gonna kick his ass out before I get you fired.
And yeah,
That's
that's all
Mhm.
they did.
literally what I would
And it's like, really? Like
do.
this man like literally
Assaulted like a
assault
performer. Like
like yeah,
that's
because she was one of the she's a mainstream porn performer, but she was at the webcam
yeah.
table.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just went by and went like and grabbed
That's
a whole handful and kept trying to keep on walking. You
yeah, it's
know,
ridiculous.
and it was
Yeah.
like, really? Like you don't see any, you don't like you you shouldn't touch a performer unless you have consent before touching
Should
them.
touch anybody unless you have consent.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, but I mean like
When
at
you're going
these
to a
events,
convention, yes, and yes,
yeah.
I see.
Like don't touch anybody unless they say unless you like they unless you need to tap them on their shoulder for something.
Yeah, but even then, like people,
Yeah.
like some people can get very freaked out even by that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not me, but like I know like some people like for them it's just like it's they can't handle like touching. Like other people, some people like
Yeah.
they're like just don't touch me, and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
My
ask, I'm like
thing
ask.
Yeah.
Should always
like my
ask.
thing is to want to elbow somebody. Like if they're coming behind me and kind of tapping, or sometimes they'll actually grab your shoulder and kind of like turn you a little bit. So my
Yeah, it
thing
can
is
freak
like,
some people out. Yeah, it could cause like a
mhm,
reaction.
exactly.
So, but yeah, like no touching unless they say you can touch.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
exactly.
I had a porn performer friend who like came up to me. Mind you, I was at my booth that one time, but like they came up from behind and my partner had already seen them, so he had given them the okay, but I didn't
Hmm.
see them. They came in behind me
Oh
trying to
no, that
cover
would scare
my
me.
eyes. Exactly, to do the whole little cutesy thing. And I was like, I was literally about to beat
That's
their ass.
happened to me
Like
at conventions,
I
like where like
elbowed
a
them.
friend.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sorry.
No, because I would freak out and I'd be like, oh my God, it's just you.
Yeah,
I would feel
exactly.
like I
I was
thought I was
like,
about to get killed.
mm-hmm.
even I like since I know a lot of people, I still stand by and just
Just watch,
I basically just stand there and it looks kind of creepy because I'm just standing there waiting for my turn to get your attention, and it's kind of like okay, I'll wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then I say, hey, it's like, hey, Rob, hey, how you doing? It's like, then it, but it's like before then it's like, hi.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have patience with some of these fans. Unfortunately, a lot of them are not very socially like
Adept.
experienced, right?
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you could tell who's been there before and who hasn't been there before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And some people that don't understand, like, yeah, they are there in person, but
But that's a person in front of you.
your fantasy is your fantasy, and you just get the opportunity to meet the person that you
Is
fantasize
behind
about.
your fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it.
Exactly.
You know, they're not gonna marry you. They're not gonna give you like depending on they're not gonna say, okay, yeah, you're in person now. Let me see your dick. Even though you sent it to me like 50 times in my DMs, they still don't want to see your dick. Like you're there to say, okay, can I please have your sticker? And
Yeah, your autograph. Can you
your
sign this?
autograph,
Can I buy
sign
this?
this.
Yeah. Like, oh my
And
God, it's like,
Mhm.
can we take a picture? Like, that's like,
if you bring like 50 pictures for me to her to sign,
oh, pfft,
Hell no.
okay,
I'm like, get out of
one,
my face.
I'm like,
Exactly.
no, don't try to like impede on them trying to get their autograph so
Just so
you
you
can
can
try
go
to
make a
sell it.
buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so rude. I have an issue at a lot of these conventions, where
Yeah.
I can
people try and pick me up because I'm tiny and I get
yeah.
picked up in a lot of
Yeah.
my scenes, right? And it's
Hate
like
that.
I I I'm like I hate it. I'm like I whatever to the girls, like cool, get your bag, like do whatever you want to do. But like for
Mhm.
me, like I will always have fans come to me and be like, oh my God, can I pick you up? When I say no, 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 they're like, well, so and so let me. I'm like, then just like
Okay,
go
go get
pick her
another
up.
picture.
Go pick her up. Go pick her
Yeah,
up.
Mhm.
and it's
Pick me
again,
up.
it's all about that consent. It's kind of like
Exactly.
Yeah, if
if
my feet are not touching the ground, I get very, very uncomfortable and I'm scared of being dropped. I don't know. I don't pick me
yeah,
up.
it's crineful. So
I've seen people get dropped like right in front of my face. So I'm like, yeah, no, you're not doing that to me.
Yeah,
Like,
Will Pounder picked
no.
me up at AVN because like this Will Pounder performer, right? And
Yeah.
I worked with him because he was like, oh, should we? Because like there was like a press there, and he's like, can I pick you up for a picture? I was like, yeah, but now all these fans are gonna be like, he picked her up, and I'm like, he's a professional.
And
I've worked with him. He's
but that's
picked me up
Will.
before. That is Will
exactly.
Pounder. That is not
Hmm.
you.
Will's cool peoples.
Right? Like
Yeah, that's the
that's
only like
really
yeah, I
how
only
I
let them
am.
pick me up. Like only people I trust. If that. I usually don't like being picked up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you because I mean, like, one is like it's what you are
It's
comfortable with.
dehumanizing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, because
it can be very dehumanizing where they're like, oh, I just like want to throw you around like a doll. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I've been
I know
told that.
I
I know
mean,
there's usually like a good
especially because like what scenes that both of you still get put in, and it makes it seem like they're trying to, fantasize about that more, picking
yeah.
you up because of the steps, scenes,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, no, don't
Yeah.
consent, consent.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Like
also
just because
and also
Baymax picked me up in a scene doesn't mean you can. Like,
yeah, literally. And it's like that ties in like with the faux step family thing. I've been very vocal about that actually on my social media about how I'm not shooting as much of that because I've just gotten so bored. And in my opinion, if I am acting, it doesn't matter what kind of acting I'm doing. If I'm doing the same thing over and over and over, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
yeah,
It's a waste of
exactly.
time. Like you should always be trying to do something different, I think. And like if I'm just continuously doing the same thing, it gets redundant, it gets boring. It makes me not really enjoy the scene as much. And I feel like, yeah, like I feel like my talent and time are just being wasted on the same thing.
Plus,
I agree.
sometimes you end up being more worried about compliance than you do about the actual like
Yeah.
scene.
Or like when
Because
I
I'll be
finally
like,
do start getting into it, they're like, oh, you can't say that. And I'm like,
mm-hmm, exactly. Because at
I,
least the way that I am is like, sure, we'll establish the scene first, like whatever, if it's step, I'll make sure I say it at least that one time when I'm clothed. But for me personally, I like to say it at least one more time when I'm undressed.
yeah, yeah.
Like doing stuff like that, and it had like, and they've come back and been like, "Oh no, like don't say that. We already did compliance." And I was like,
Like, well, I want to say it. I can say what
"Yeah,"
I
I
want.
was like, "Compliance for me, bro. Like, I want to
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
point. Like, I'm already naked. I want to establish this for myself, like mentally, so I can get into
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
like,
I think that's totally valid. And um yeah, like I said, like it could be super taxing on some of the
mm-hmm,
performers, like doing that same thing. And then like some of the companies are really pushing it. And in Europe, actually, one of the directors showed me a list that he was told he can't use it, like words that they can't use in scenes anymore. Some of them
mm-hmm,
were uh like sorority. And no, I think sorority, yeah, I think sorority wasn't allowed. There was like anything family, there was like I think baby wasn't allowed. Like there were so many words that weren't allowed because there are like payment processors like cracking down on it, and there's so many companies that are just kind of they're pushing the limit there. They're like,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's like I believe there are so many things that are still used that are, just a little bit too much. Like I don't have anything against, the sorority type thinking because, that's
usually they're
still,
of age. Usually they're
yeah,
of
like
age.
they're like that's at least, you know, at least eight, like at least,
I think
yeah.
student was banned from this company I was talking about too.
Yeah.
Dang. That kind of
Anything
makes sense
I hate
though.
anything that makes it seem like either the person's under the age of
Yeah,
consent, under the age of
yeah.
legal
Yeah,
consent.
that whole age
That
play
bothers me.
thing.
Even though you might say, I just turned, and you're grabbing the pigtails. Oh, I just turned
I just turned
18.
18.
And it's like,
Yeah, like,
even though I know you're like probably 23, 24,
I'm
it's,
25.
oh no, 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 I'm talking about the
Yeah,
person that's saying, yeah. And it's
yeah,
like, yeah, I understand this person still looks younger, but and they don't
they
want to get
don't have
put,
to be
they don't,
barely
yeah,
legal, like,
yeah, and they don't, and like they don't
but
get put in the like in the myth category too soon, and it's kind of
yeah.
like
I think that there's so many other
worse,
scenarios, right? Like
yeah.
there's so many other things that we could do. And I outlined that
mhm,
once. Like I outlined it because somebody on Twitter like said something. They're like, well, like this is like the best thing. Like I just love like the power dynamic. It's such a good story. I'm like, there's other things that you can do to get that same power dynamic.
mhm.
Like I don't know, photographer and model. Creepy,
I
yes,
like
but
doing
hey, it works.
I
What
like
else?
doing like roommates or
Yeah.
neighbors, stuff like that, like, for
Yeah.
example, like you were a bad roommate, like I'm gonna spank you or some shit like that. I like doing
Yeah. I'm gonna show you who's in
that.
charge. Yeah, like stuff like that. And like
Mhm.
Because
Um,
like
I mean,
as a
and honestly, like delivery guy, and that's honestly a good one still. I don't
Yeah,
hate it. I don't hate it. or like mechanic. Like I don't hate those.
Handyman.
You can make those like super cool and like less cheesy, even though they are very cheesy. You can. I think it's way better than infantizing like female performer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Exactly.
like even when like I shoot people, whatever, and I help them come up with scenarios, I try to make sure it's at least like it makes it seem like you're at least 21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, did you just come back from the club with your friends?
Like I did
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I know it was one that I recorded her doing whatever that I made them like angels. So
Yeah.
like there are deities and stuff like that. So I'd like that's in my vision, whatever, because I don't want yeah, I hate that whole idea of messing with someone underage. So
Yeah,
it bothers
yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
really bothers me.
yeah, and it's
And
like pushing me out of like that category. Like I only shoot those kind of videos nowadays if it's like for big companies where I'm like, okay, like I will do this, but not like I'm not taking every single one of those bookings anymore because I'm like I'm just
Mm-hmm.
tired of it.
like
Exactly. I'm
like I
like,
said,
can I be something other than just your
That's
stepdaughter?
why I
Like,
started doing anal actually, because doing anal is kind of put me in another category. Not like I'm not MILF by any means, but it's put me
yeah,
into like more of like a not a young girl category if I'm doing
yeah,
anal.
that
I've
in
realized that.
between level, that in between. I call it college aged.
Yeah.
You
Now I'm
know.
college aged.
Mm-hmm. Like I like to think of it that way. Like not the whole barely legal, but at least you're like college age type of thing. Like one of them I did, it was a slumber party, but it was like I told I told her it was a slumber party, but it was just me and her, I was
Oh
like,
yeah, see that's fun.
you know, but at that point we never made it like, oh, we're so and so age,
Oh, we're hiding from our parent, like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And it's like, like I know there's
If
people
I'm
that like it.
hiding
I know
from
there's people
something,
that like it, so it's not really shaming them. I just, for us personally, like a lot of us are starting to kind of step away from it.
yeah, you
I
kind of
believe
get tired of it. If you're watching this, for example, if you're watching the same type of movie over and over and over again, you get tired of it. For example, those Hallmark romances, it's
It's the same thing
the
every
people
time.
change, but it's the same storyline over and over again. I'm like, all right, give me something new. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, spice it up, change it
I think
up.
we were like she was
mhm.
at my house and like we were going down the Netflix thingy, and I'm like, this looks like the
Oh yeah.
exact
Like
same
same
show.
thing.
It's like, and like I think with me, it's like I'm really into storyline,
Yeah.
and like if the storyline just hits the point of where it's weird, I can watch it. And because I only watch
You catch an
girl,
ick for a movie?
yeah, I've turned off scenes because I've got taken out of it, and because I only watch girl.
Oh, we're
So
talking about porn. I thought we were talking about like movies.
like
I know.
no no
I was
no
confused.
Because the way you said it, I was like, okay. You said
no
something about
no
Netflix. You said like Netflix, and that's why I was like,
she said like everything is the same, and I'm like because of the scenes are set up
yeah.
so
But I
much
heard Netflix
similar.
in there. So I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh no,
Mhm.
when it comes to Netflix, I can't like. There's so many rom-coms that are just
It's the same
like
thing. Yeah.
it's like the Princess Twin one, the Princess Twin two, Princess Twin three. We found another sister. You know,
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God,
I
for
feel like it's the same
real.
thing, like in porn. Like it's like,
it's too
and like
repetitive.
I said, I also feel like it can be a waste of energy and time and precious, really good, talented actors, right?
Yeah,
Actresses, actors. Like it could be such a waste. It could be such a drag. It waters it down.
Exactly. It's like, come on, give me something fun to do, something
Give me a
new.
challenge. Give me a
Yeah,
challenge. That's what I want. I want to
exactly.
do
Give
something
me a
new. I want to do
challenge.
something different, right? I'm like, give me a challenge. Like that's way better than the same thing over and over and over again.
Like this
I mean, but
one random
some girls
time.
can't act. Some people can't act though.
That's
So
Yeah,
fine. Then
that's
then you don't cast them for the acting. You gonzo.
yeah.
That's fine. Like I know not all people can act, and like in Europe, a lot of people don't speak good enough English to actually follow dialogue and plots. Um, so like I'm not knocking that. You just don't shoot those certain scenes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And there's plenty of performers that are happy to always take on a challenge.
Film what fits you.
Yeah, there's plenty. Like, there's so many of us. Like, it's always like the same ones in the features, but like, they're like I'm always happy to take on a challenge. Like, if I get handed a thick script, I might be like, okay, so how are we shooting this? I'm like, are we shooting? Oh, we're not taking it all in one take. They're like, no, we're gonna break it down. I'm like, okay, awesome. Let's do it. I got this. Or if they're like, oh, I need you to ad lib. Got it. But like, if somebody's not good at that, I mean, we're creating a product at the end of the day, and sometimes you have to make that decision, right? That business decision. Like, do I want to take a chance on somebody that I know isn't good at dialogue, or should I hire somebody that is good at dialogue and can do the scene? And I think like it's really important that like I think like producers like start to like really think about that unless they want to produce trash when there's already the competition with OnlyFans and stuff. Like I've been self-producing my own scenes for my own sites and they've been fire. And and I'm surprised like these companies haven't even thought of this yet, but it's because they're doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, there was
They're
one
not
scene.
branching out.
There was a scene that I heard you say you did. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. In an ambulance.
Yeah, it's ambulance. I yeah, it's basically
That's awesome.
it's a little bit cheesy. Gonzo when the sex starts, so that's great. It's all anal. Like I put in so many random elements, right, to make it funny. It has like a funny little cheesy like dialogue part in the beginning that's shot like cop style, like documentary style.
Yeah.
And then we fuck in the ambulance. Like I rented an actual ambulance, right? And I had like a GoPro in one of the corners, so it was like the security camera. So there was that, and then like the actual professional camera. And yeah, like that's so cool. Like it's fun as fuck. It's different, and I mean, I genuinely had fun. It was anal too, and like I got to have so much control over that. And I was like, wow, I can't wait to see when no disrespect, but there's a company that is going to rip that off and they're not going to realize how actually hard it was. It was so hard. Like we had to like, cause like we couldn't turn on the ambulance, couldn't have it running. And then,
It gets hot.
trying to wire in the lights, like to like plug the lights in, right. And using an ambulance, like plugging them inside of the house. And then there was also, it was really hot. So we had to have like a fan, like, cause it wasn't summer. It was November, and like the ambulance got really hot. We had to keep on like putting the fan in to cool it down. Yeah, it was a challenge, and I think like I know a company's probably gonna give it a shot, and I know how hard it was. I'm glad I hired my team that knows what they're doing because it was kind of a challenge, and I like that though, right? Like I like challenges.
Exactly. I feel like that's what makes it fun.
I think
Because
a
if
lot of
not,
times
it's just sex.
when you do your own stuff, it gives you the opportunity to just have a free for all of everything, like everything that's in your mind, and you can control it compared to, just hopping on someone's set and doing what
Yeah.
they want sometimes.
And that's what I pointed out in my tweet when I was like, like being able to produce some of these really cool things, it makes me excited, makes me like proud, it makes me like feel fire lit underneath me. Showing up to the same set every day, that doesn't give me that feeling.
Exactly.
So what do you have coming up that we should look forward to?
Oh man, what do I have coming up? Well, my
Besides your
cosplays.
cosplay.
Yeah, my cosplays. I have a bunch of cosplays that are like I filmed solos. Um, I need to do another big production. I'm thinking that up right now. I haven't. I just got back from Europe, so I wasn't really like brainstorming. So right now, cosplay content is probably like at the forefront, but I will have like something cool come out, like Slambulance or like the Catholic school thing that I did. The Catholic, it was like a church thing. I wouldn't really call it Catholic school, but it was the vibe of like a Catholic school student, but I never was like a student. It was my priest that caught me, and then we fucked in his office. Like there's
Nice.
cool stuff like that. Like you don't have to be like, oh my god, my Sunday school teacher.
Yeah, for
Right.
real.
It was yeah, and like there's like things that you can do, right? And so I'm thinking up a new one. I don't have anything in mind yet, but I need to start watching some movies and get inspo. That's usually how I get my inspo. I watch like actual like movies and I think about
Yeah.
how could I turn this into a porno?
Like some of the things is like they have like sexual innuendos already, and you're like, oh, there you go. We could turn and bam, and now it's a softcore video. Some things like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can make something real good out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've told people I kind of want to do like comedy porn for that aspect of like kind of doing sort of a parody of something, but make it my own, you know?
Yeah. It's cool as fuck. I love doing stuff like that.
And I know,
Well,
like I told her that when she gets back to LA, I got a book that she could use for a scene that I think that would look really well.
Mhm.
And like it's just like just those random joke books. It's I bought one because I have an Amazon addiction, and I just buy stuff.
There's worse things to be addicted to.
No,
Mhm.
No.
it's kind of no, no. I mean, like my addiction is kind of sad because I overhear someone talking about like Jello, and then like randomly the next day you'll see like 24 cases of Jello.
There's worse
Just
things you could be buying.
yeah, I'm just like, as an example. It's just like I have a bad habit of
Mhm.
yeah. It's sad, but
It could always be worse. That's what I
yeah.
like to say.
And but I bought a book that I like think that she would really enjoy having fun with, because that's what I do. Is I sit back and buy my friends stuff to use on their scenes, and then
Mhm.
say, "Here you go, have fun with that," and then just walk away. But no, where can anybody find you? I don't want to take too much of your time.
So my Twitter is Haley Spades or
Mhm.
X. I don't know. I'm Twitter. I'm saying Twitter.
Twitter.
I'm not following the herd there. Twitter is Haley Spades. OnlyFans is Haley Spades. My Instagram is Gamer Girl Haley.
Ooh.
And those are the big three. That's it.
And her Twitch is that too.
Oh yeah, my Twitch is no, my Twitch is Haley Spades,
Oh, that was
not Gamer Girl Haley.
I
Yes,
could have
I'm on
sworn.
Twitch. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram are probably the big three social medias for me. I'm on
Yeah,
others, but you could find the others too.
yeah. Like when I first was introduced to Haley, it was through her Twitch. And I randomly walked in there and just said, "Okay, here's some subs," and then I just kind of vanished.
Yeah.
Because that's when
He does that.
Ghost in the Night.
she was on it with Coco, and I seen
Oh,
Coco's tweet. I'm like, okay, I'll go check out Haley,
I
and
love
then
Coco.
I went there and I just donated and was like, okay, not
Yeah.
donated but gifted. And I was like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
you're great. No, it was so fun. I remember now I just mentioned Coco. I'm like, oh, I remember that actually. Yeah.
So
Thanks for
and
having me on.
no,
Of
no,
course.
Sarah, where can they find you really quick?
You guys can find me on iamsarahLace.com. All of my Twitter, Instagram, all my social medias, and even my subscription sites are under that link. So that's where you
Awesome.
can find
Make
me.
sure you follow our oh I'm about to die. This chair about to fall over.
Thank
We are the Right With Us on Instagram, Right With Us on Facebook and on Twitter. I'm at RAWSCARR on Twitter and on Instagram. Miss Spades, thank you so
Yes.
much for coming on. You are a
Thanks for
joy,
having
a
me.
You're
pleasure, and
amazing.
yeah, you are absolutely amazing. You were fun to talk to, and I look forward to all that you do in the future. Just
Thank
ripping
you.
up and tearing up, and everything. She's doing the hearts.
I know. Usually it works on phone, but I don't think on my computer.
Yeah, she's on the iPhone. Yeah.
I
So
have the
so we'll see you all next week, and show her all the love that she deserves. She deserves
iPad.
all the love. So
Thank you
yeah,
guys.